Okay, I just want to share some cool homeschool curriculum ideas. Okay, so here's one where you do the paper towel and grow plants in a clear jar so you can watch them grow like science. Um, then my next idea, I want to tell you is similar, but it's like speak life. Um, and so it's kind of similar. Let's say you have a jar like this. You fill it with rice that is cooked. 2 jars of cooked rice. Over one, you're gonna speak life and only loving life words like you are peaceful, you are good, you are healed. Then you observe the jar for a long period of time. The next jar you hold up, you say, you have to keep them separated because you can't like speak the same thing over both jars, okay? So the next one you say, you are bad, you are not good, you are stinky, you are cruel, you are butthead. Okay, whatever. So you speak good things over one jar, bad things over the other jar. Then you watch and see what grows in each jar. Okay, so very interesting. And they did this with snowflakes, and the snowflakes that had loving things, they looked really gorgeous, but the snowflakes that had negative things, they looked scraggle muffin snowflakes. So that's how it happened. But it's the same thing with the rice. But the rice is interesting. So when you speak negative things over the rice, they said that the rice, like one rice, stays preserved. One rice stays preserved, typically the other rice gets like moldy. So this was cool, and you can share this if you want. It's just like to make you think, sometimes the things that are trying to break us actually help instead of hurt. So that was kind of one of the teachings too. Like we a lot of times we life speaking over us. That's my teacher. That's what I live by. But this was interesting because this person, a scientist, said to me, they were like, "Did you know that the one that grew, like if you look at the other rice, plants grew on that, so it actually grew something. The other one just was preserved, but the other one produced life." I was like, whoa. So that was weird, right? So it kind of throws it off. But one was preserved and beautiful. The other one looked like nasty. So I was like, that's interesting. Anyways, so one looked sick, but it was life growing on it. Life was growing on it. The other one looked well and healthy. It just lasted longer. That one lasted longer. The other one was breaking down, and the other one was lasting longer. So that's the teaching. However, the one that was basically getting destroyed was producing life still. So it was very interesting. But it's supposed to teach you to speak life and stuff like that. But I think there was like another dude. Here's another example. Another dude, he said he was a military dude. Okay, so he went and sat out in the military. He had all these other people around him. They got taken captive. All the other people were like, we're doing so great. We are good. We're going to do so great. And we're going to get out by Christmas. We're going to get out of jail by Christmas. So the other dude, he just sat there like realist. He's like, no, we're not getting out by Christmas. And he just spoke death over the whole situation. They're like, man, you're bringing our morale down. How can you say all that negative stuff? He was the only one that survived that situation, which was it's just so interesting. So the counter, he was the only dude out of that whole, battalion that survived, and he was just so negative, So never judge someone, I guess, is the teaching too. But it shows you that those things can help us grow. And also shows that speaking life is loving and preserving. So it's really funny. So it like teaches you to pray for the balance. So you could you could pray for a balance in those things. Like you bring it all around with Christian teachings and pray for a balance. So I like that. Then I don't have another homeschool idea right now. I was thinking baking cookies is one thing that I did with me, and touch points for math. That's how Austin learned, and that's how I learned, because I couldn't do math, and I had to do touch points. So look up the touch point system when it's time for her to learn math. And I had a neurodivergence too, but mine was LD. They diagnosed me with a learning disorder. They didn't know what it was. I was neurodivergent, but I had ADHD. Okay, so it's different, but I had to do touch points and stuff like that. I just keep telling her she is good, she is golden, speak that life over her, because my parents told me, or the school told me, I would never go to college. They said, you're likely to work at McDonald's. You're really likely to work at McDonald's. That was how they kind of treated me. So they were like, you're going to go into tech prep. Which means you're going to go to a technical school. And they tried to tell me what school I was going to get into. They said I couldn't get into a 4-year university. They're like, she's not smart enough. She's not advanced enough. We're going to put her in tech prep. Well, my parents said, no, she's going to do it. And they overrode them. They put me in college prep courses. And they just spoke life over me. I went to college. I got into 4-year. I went a year and a half, 4-year. I gave up. So that's not, I didn't fail because I wasn't smart. I failed because I gave up. Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. And so I think that would help in Alexis's stuff. And I think the Blessed Mother is going to give me homeschool ideas to shoot y'all's way. And I noticed she is really advancing in her language and her alphabet. So just practice sounding out letters and writing them in a sequence every day. And then I wanted to work with her with reading, but maybe I could send you guys at some point, Lord willing, Father willing, I could send you guys those like Pat Sat on Hat kind of books. Start with those and teach her like how to sound out words like phonics and stuff like that. And I went to school for teaching. I went to college for teaching, just early childhood education. So she's in a similar place as Austin. And he said that he could not do math yet or read yet. And he was kind of learning that, and he got it, and then he ended up at a 2-year university. So, but I think with reading will help. And so I wanted to share that. But those are fun ideas. Another idea I had is making boba tea, like pretend to be an Asian grandma. An Asian grandma. Okay, so great Asian grandma knows how to make boba tea. If you teach her how to make boba tea, what you taught her is spherification, which is a Harvard level course at Harvard. So it's a cooking course. They teach a whole thing on spherification. You have no idea what those people are talking about, but it's fun. So you might want to teach her boba tea. So then she'll be Harvard level. Like that's like Harvard level stuff, so that's really cool. What was my other thing I learned over there? I think that's about it as far as what I learned over there. Sharing over there, but I might come up with some more stuff. See what Daddy Heaven shows me, and you could teach her also biblical studies. If you did Harvard, you could teach her biblical studies. She would know more about the Bible than most people, So the Harvard courses are free on edX, and she would be like a little Einstein, So they always said Einstein they always spoke all this stuff about Einstein, and Einstein was a genius, you see. So she'll get like genius level teaching, So I hope that helps, and y'all have a blessed day. Love you guys.